Manshine City is a physical team that relies on speed, strength, and technical abilities to create chances in front of the goal.
Embodying a playstyle of speed and rush, Manshine City is an explosive team that utilizes quick attacks and counterattacks to score their goals.
Unfortunately, Manshine City is one of the most underwhelming teams in the NEL. Their current record is 0 wins and 3 losses.
It's truly unfortunate to see this happen because Manshine City has potential to be so much better than what they currently are. Chris Prince developed a great system within his team, and he inspired his players to chase their own ideal styles.
Chris Prince's system is effective, and there are many other Blue Lock players who could heavily benefit from this type of environment.
And we believe there are some important players who could act as big game changers in the Manshine City team.
We'll be creating an improved Manshine City NEL team.
Let's start by discussing the main issue of the current Manshine City team and how we plan to solve it.
The current team's biggest flaw is their underwhelming offensive output. Manshine City's current formation consists of midfielders building up plays in the midfield so they can create chances for the team's forwards. However, this formation has been working to its full potential because Nagi is the current center of the team and he is struggling within the NEL.
And if he is failing as a striker, then the rest of the offense drops off. His lackluster performances are a huge reason for Manshine City's current lack of success on the field.
It's clear that Nagi requires assistance from others so he can tap into his full potential.
And with that being said, we came up with 2 main solutions to this issue. The first solution is substituting Nagi out with a new player that can act as the center of the team. The second solution is giving Nagi a striker partner, someone who can help Nagi produce goal-scoring chances by either scoring for themselves or assisting Nagi.
In theory, a striker duo would work with a player like Nagi, especially since his playstyle is to react and not create. With a partner, Nagi could continue to act as a finisher, and he could have another person to bounce ideas off and potentially create some miracle plays again. It would ultimately allow Nagi to score goals again and give Manshine City an edge in their offense.
This player must be able to use his physical and technical abilities to create scoring opportunities and quick attacks and counters. We believe there is one player who fits this description, and that player is no one else but Yukimiya.
Yukimiya is the first player we would add to this new Manshine City team. The most important reason is that Yukimiya's playstyle fits into Manshine City's philosophy of speed and rush.
Yukimiya's playstyle focuses on 1v1 dribbling known as street football or emperor style. He uses his dribbling to create solo runs and reach a suitable space for him to use his gyro shot. The gyro shot is a shooting technique that allows him to shoot a curved shot with an incredible spin that allows it to drop sharply in midair while moving to the outside. The shooting technique allows Yukimiya to be a scoring threat from long distance.
By utilizing this dribble move and shooting technique combo, Yukimiya can act as a versatile mobile striker who can break down opposition's defenses and score from distance.
During the NEL, Yukimiya is a member of Bayern Munich, and he plays as a defender, which isn't ideal for him. After the initial training with Bayern Munich, Yukimiya's numbers were considered too low. After some training, Yukimiya entered his first start in Bayern Munich's second match against Manshine City, but as a left back.
When Yukimiya played against Manshine City, he did have some standout moments as a left back. He was able to keep up with Chigiri at some moments. At one moment, Yukimiya even crossed the whole side of the field to the other just so he can defend Chigiri. Based off these moments, we can assume that Yukimiya is very fast because keeping up with Chigiri is not easy to do. It's important to note that in contrast with Bachira's technical dribbling, Yukimiya's dribbling relies more on his physique than Bachira's flair. By utilizing his physical abilities, Yukimiya is able to push past opponents with power and speed. We saw a great example of this within the NEL when Yukimiya tore up the Manshine City defense. He went on an amazing solo run and dribbled past multiple Manshine City players with ease.
Yukimiya's physique, elite dribbling, and superior 1v1 dueling skills would fit perfectly within Manshine City's speed and rush philosophy.
His skill set would definitely be effective on a team like Manshine City that specializes in quick attacks and counterattacks.
And he can still be effective as Nagi's partner. Let's not forget, Yukimiya and Nagi did play as a duo back in the third selection. They were already shown to be able to work together and create scoring chances. In theory, these two could continue to be effective as a striker duo in the NEL. But moving on, let's add another player who's going to play a big factor in this new team's offense, Zantetsu.
Zantetsu is known for his rapid pace. His speed directly rivaled Chigiri's speed since the beginning of Blue Lock. And let's not forget, within the first 10 meters, Chigiri noted that Zantetsu's acceleration was even greater than his.
We know Manshine City is all about that rush and speed style, so Zantetsu would automatically have been a perfect candidate for Manshine City. However, for PXG, Zantetsu acts as a support player for Shido's offensive system. His main role is to steal the ball from the opposition and provide link-up plays on counterattacks.
Zantetsu can react to any movement his opponent makes, and he can easily intercept almost any ball. This explosiveness allows him to get the best out of many defenders, and he's been able to act as his ball winner and create counterattacks for Shido and PXG.
Similar to Yukimiya's situation, Zantetsu doesn't stand a chance against juggernauts like Ren and Shido. Unfortunately, he can't stand out in a team like PXG, and it's ultimately limiting his potential as a player. Zantetsu might be a starter for PXG, but we believe his skill set would be better used on the Manshine City team. team.
As a right winger, his speed could be utilized to become a scoring threat for Manshine City, and not just a ball winner. The main difference is that Manshine City, he would continue to do this, but he would also focus on developing his own ideal style.
And let's not also forget, Zantetsu has a powerful and accurate left foot shot. His signature tactic is to use his speed to bypass a defender before cutting inside to his own shooting zone, and he scores most of his goals from this spot.
I'm glad you brought up Zantetsu's shooting zone, because under the mentorship of Chris Prince, Zantetsu could modify and even improve his shooting zone. Zantetsu could create a similar process to Chigiri's 44 Panther snipe, but this time on the right side of the pitch. The Manshine City offense would have two fast technical wingers who can shoot from distance from either side of the pitch. Think about these possibilities. I wish Zantetsu actually picked Manshine City. This new offense would cook with Yukimiya, Nagi, Chigiri, Zantetsu, and then you also have Agi and Ryo pulling the strings from midfield and helping link up the offense. This new team already seems way better than the current failing system.
There is one player that is needed to complete the new Manshine City midfield, and that player is the stamina monster, Raichi. Raichi currently plays as a defensive midfielder for Bayern Munich during the NEL. He actually acts more as a box-to-box midfielder.
A box-to-box midfielder's role is to help in almost every aspect of the game. They can be seen as the ultimate support player. This player is expected to be assisting in his team's offense, and then also be expected to track back and help defend his own team's penalty area as well.
If used correctly, Raichi can be a pivotal defensive piece in a team's formation.
Ideally, we would want Raichi to continue to play a similar role like this, but for the Manshine City midfield. Raichi's stamina and man marking could be vital for this Manshine City playstyle. Raichi would continue to act as a destroyer and man mark the opposition's best playmaker.
Imagine a midfield of Agi, Ryo, and Raichi. Agi supports Nagi and the other forwards. Ryo can act as a central midfielder, though he can play offense and defense. Then Raichi acts as a defensive midfielder and a ball winner for the Manshine City team, just like he's been accomplishing for the Bayern Munich team.
Agi and Ryo would have the pleasure to continue to act as playmakers for the offense, since Raichi can handle a lot of defensive responsibilities in the midfield.
Speaking of defense, our Manshine City team's defense has to be very solid and fortified by players who can make it hard for opposing players to score on them.
For this team, we will have Neo continue to act as the main center back, but we will have two new partners in his defensive line. The first new defender that will be adding alongside Neo is the right side defender, Tokimitsu.
Tokimitsu currently plays as a midfielder for France's PXG. He has also been the most physically dominant player throughout Blue Lock. He's also known for his extraordinary quickness, both with and without the ball at his feet.
Tokimitsu is also able to blow past his opponents by utilizing quick dribbles and combining that with his immense strength. Another notable weapon of Tokimitsu is his unlimited stamina. Most players start to fade away at some point, but Tokimitsu and Raichi are exceptions to this. Their staminas are so high that they continue to operate at full capacity, even at later stages of the game. The fact that Tokimitsu is currently playing for France's PXG is very confusing to me. It's obvious that Tokimitsu is not thriving in the PXG system. Similar to Zantetsu, his main purpose is to act as a support player, but Tokimitsu is actually playing for Rin's offensive system. This system obviously benefits Rin, but ultimately it's stunting Tokimitsu's development.
When Tokimitsu was first introduced, there was a lot of expectation that he'd be a constant threat in Blue Lock. It's safe to say that he's fading away on this PXG team.
I believe he'd be a better fit for Manshine City's physical team. On this team, Tokimitsu would play as an attacking-focused defender. This means he would play as a center back, but he would have a focal attacking point in set pieces, counterattacks, and also developing the attack of his team, mainly by acting as the first attacker in counterattacks and quick attacks and progressing the ball up for his team.
Yeah, on defense, Tokimitsu can intercept and win the ball. Then on the attack, he can act as a target man. During the attack, he can hold up the ball to create link-up plays with his teammates, or he can charge through the team and create further chaos for the team to capitalize on. Either way, Tokimitsu could be a vital piece in the Manshine City system.
Tokimitsu could sub in for Raichi and help in the midfield whenever, or Raichi can just come down and help the defenders, and Tokimitsu can come up in the midfield and play as a midfielder, but I think the two of them could play really well off of each other.
And with the addition of Tokimitsu, let's move on to our last new Manshine City player, Neru.
Neru is on Bayern Munich's NEL team, and unfortunately, he is one of the only players who hasn't played in any NEL matches yet.
He's currently being wasted on the Bayern Munich bench. Noel Noah continues to play bums like Mensa and Birkenstock. Neru has been sitting idle while these two have been getting cooked.
It's strange to see a player of Neru's capabilities not get the chance to play. Neru was originally a member of the Japan U20 team, and he was a key player in the team's Iron Wall Quartet. Neru is a speed-type defender who likes to use his incredible speed to physically outpace attackers and steal the ball from them. During the Japan U20 match, Isagi actually made a comment and said Neru is actually lightning fast. His high reaction speed enabled him to instantly steal the ball and tell the direction of any attacker, and he was able to keep up with them at any moment, even if they got past him.
Using this combination of reaction and and physical speed, he was able to lock down Yukimiya without much effort. It's clear that Neru could be effective in Manshine City's speed and rush philosophy as a defender. He could continue to act as a defensive fullback who focuses on stealing the ball from the opposition.
He can run up, steal the ball, start a counterattack for the team. He can easily send the ball to Chigiri or Agi and have the midfielders build up chances like how they're supposed to. Or he could just go up and just give the ball to Chigiri, and Chigiri can just run up and utilize his 44 Panther Snipe. This team would be very solid with Neru, Neo, and Tokimitsu. These three players would form a solid defensive line, and then Raichi could also drop back a little bit and they could play as a defensive diamond. We said Rayo could drop back and help, and if that's the case, they have a 5-man defense with Raichi and Rayo taking the front, and then the defenders taking up a lot of the extra space to cover in case they get blown past. And obviously, Agi just acts as the center to help facilitate the forwards offense. Overall, this team seems way better than the current Manshine City team. And before I forget, if you actually notice, there's actually two separate triangles where Yukimiya, Chigiri, and Agi can aspire to have a triflow chemical reaction, or Rayo, Nagi, and Zantetsu could have a triflow chemical reaction similar to the OG first selection days where Rayo, Nagi, and Zantetsu all cooked up most of the stratum. So I thought that would be a nice little throwback. You can see these three play together again, and they would all fit the system and play really well.
Seeing Rayo, Nagi, and Zantetsu playing together in the same team again would be absolutely nostalgic, and that would be something I would like to see. With that being said, we have our completed, new, and improved Manshine City team. What do you think about our selections and the team's new formation? Do you think this team would be better or worse than the current Manshine City team?
Do you think this team could get a victory in the NEL? Do you think we made some bad choices? Please let us know in the comment section. Thank you for sticking to the end of the video.
And if you made it this far, please don't forget to give this video a like, comment, or consider giving us a subscribe.
Don't forget, we have a community Discord as well. There should be a link in the description of the video. Thank you again for sticking to the end. It's Tev.
And it's Lotus.
Peace.
Catch you in the next one.